Hi, Lisa Workman here with the Why Move Project and whymove.com. I am in the midst of cleaning out that school clutter. Look at here, like this binder full of stuff that we kept over the year and then had great intentions of, reviewing it over the summer, but I don't think we did it all. Shh, don't tell grade one teacher that happened. And what I found, or what I remembered that I had kept, was an awesome piece of work that my son brought home. And not that I'm a doting mother here or showing off my kids' work on YouTube, but the content of this assignment or this class handout that he had to do was just so amazing, and I knew I had to share it with the Why I Move community. So that is what I'm going to do today. There are two gems, but I'm only starting with the first one because the second one deserves its own video in and of itself. So watch for that second video coming in about a week's time, and when it goes live, I will put it down into the section below. So let's get started. What did this handout blow my brains about? Well, here it is. Take a quick look. So it's saying, I can describe how some lifestyle choices are more active than others. So we've got active choices and passive choices. And for me, when I say active, I always start it with physical activity. Don't get me started on not using physical activity as physical activity, just active. It just drives me bananas. So here it is, active choices and sort of passive activities. So what I'm assuming he didn't really tell me anything about this handout. Assuming is they got another sheet and they had to cut out these activities. So you can see under the active choices, he would have picked riding bicycle, playing outside, and taking the stairs. Right? Yes, Whereas passive choices that we all do are riding in a car, because he's not driving a car yet. He's not that brilliant. Watching TV, yes, passive choice, and taking an elevator. And so I was thinking to myself when he brought this home, I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way that we did this in my grade one curriculum back in the 1980s. There's no way. So we're teaching kids now about what is a physically active choice and what is not. And I just thought, you know what? How many adults actually know what's an active choice and a passive choice? And I'm sure on a very superficial level, that adults do know this, but I think it's so empowering that we're starting sort of at that ground zero, for lack of a better word, that we're starting in that kindergarten, grade one, incorporating these topics about making sure our kids understand the difference, and that not that one is bad or the other, but thinking about what's a good choice and maybe what's not so good of a choice all the time. If kids are faced with elevator and they're faced with stairs, I would hope to have them actually pick the active choice and take the stairs versus the elevator, right? And I wish that to you too as an adult. So it's very cool how this kind of little worksheet came into my house, and I just like I said, my brain blew up and thought, oh, I have to share this with the Why I Move Project community because it's just so amazing. First, that it's, like I've said, it's starting in grade one. Like, this is grade one health content here in Canada. So I was like, this is awesome. And then two, it's just that it helps remind us that we do need to educate our youth and children about these choices, and that in some cases these choices aren't super obvious. So if their parent role or whoever they watch and whoever they're mirroring doesn't pick the active choices all the time, then at least in the school system they're identifying that this is something that they should teach them so that they know as an individual about making physically active choices. So anyhow, I thought it was pretty amazing. And I went to the schoolyard the day after this showed up in my house, and I thought, I need to rave to his teacher. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that was the best little assignment. And she just kind of looked at me like I was a little cuckoo. which a lot of people do because I just am so passionate about getting people physically active. So if that is where you're at and you're not physically active right now, this channel is the right place for you. The Why I Move project is all about identifying why we're physically active, but more importantly, getting you physically active as best we can. So maybe your first step is identifying an active choice versus a passive choice and making that decision on your own, and hopefully you pick that active choice. Down in the comments below, please write what maybe the kid in your life will define as an active choice and a passive choice. It'd be really kind of interesting to hear, just kind of off the cuff, what kids in your network and around you, either your own children, grandchildren, or a neighbor child, what do they think as an active choice or a passive choice? So if you like this video and this content, be sure to watch for version or episode 2 of this content for what I learned in grade 1. Yes, what I learned in grade 1 about physical activity. And take a look, or make sure you check out that video. And again, like I said, I'll link it below. If you like this video too, you can give me a thumbs up. Then I know that the content I'm producing here on this platform is helpful for you, interesting, engaging, etc. And it is the best compliment too. So thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Lisa Workman with the Why I Move Project and whymove.com, talking a little bit about grade 1. Yep, grade 1. That was a long, long time ago for me, and I won't tell you what year that was. Happy moving.